So you finally get the girlfriend you've always wanted from being on self-improvement. You're getting more attractive, you're getting more fame, you're gaining more success. You finally get her. But the thing is that you don't realize is that if you start to focus on her more, she'll start to disrespect you more. She'll want to leave, and eventually she might. You wonder, oh my god, what did I do wrong? You focused on the girl instead of the goals. So you put her as your priority. Don't worry, bro. This happens to me like multiple times through my entire relationship. I'll tell you what to do. What you need to do is just realize what position you're in right now. So I do this pretty often in my own relationship where I look at it and I wonder, am I chasing her more than I'm working? And if I am, then I stop texting her as much. Maybe I stop calling her as much and I put in more input on my YouTube videos, on my scripting, on my work, right? On my studies. So what you need to do in your relationship right now, if you're in one, is think to yourself, am I texting her too much instead of working? Am I texting and calling my crush instead of working when I know I should be working? The number one baseline that I will definitely teach you right now is the 90-10 rule. You might have heard of the 80-20 rule, but 90-10 rule is way better for this situation in particular. So 90% of your time should be spent on yourself, on your habits, on your work. So let's say you're a YouTuber, 90% of your time should be working on videos, should be chasing your goals. Let's say you have a goal for hitting 5,000 subscribers this year. What are the steps that are gonna get to 5,000 subscribers? Okay, I gotta upload every day. I gotta script every day. I gotta come up with video ideas. I gotta teach more people. I gotta script. I gotta edit. I gotta do all this stuff. So would you work on your goals? Would you script? Would you edit? Would you record? Or would you talk to her instead? Obviously, if you were being logical right now, you would be working, but you're not. You're texting her and you're calling her. I'm not perfect. This happens to me more than I would like. I do realize that I'm actually on this side. I switch. I go back to the 90% side. So what's the 10% then? The 10% is at the time that you allow yourself to text her, to call her, to spend time with her. 90%, 80 to 90% of my time, I'm recording videos, I'm doing stuff in school, I'm weightlifting, I'm eating a clean diet, I'm drinking water, I'm getting in sunlight, I'm doing a lot of other more productive things. That's 90% of my time. 10% of my time, I'm just texting my girlfriend. I'm calling my friends. I'm texting my friends, making connections with people. That's the 10% of time. I usually text my girlfriend at night before I'm about to go to bed. Sometimes it can be a little bit later than I would like, but still, that's still around like 10-15% of my time. 85 to 90% of my time I'm spent on working on videos. I'm spent on scripting. I'm spent on schoolwork. I'm spent on working out. I'm spent on eating a clean diet. And that's the reason why my relationship has lasted as long as it has. Because I've realized it from the start that if I get complacent, she will leave me. Because she's in love with the guy who works his ass off. So if I stop being the guy who works his ass off, then she's gonna leave me. If I keep focusing only on her, instead of me focusing on my goals and she can focus on me. Think of it this way. Let's say there are two ends of a string. This is you and this is her, and there's a string in the middle. If you go to her, if you keep texting her, if you keep calling her more than 10% of the time, more than 10 to 15% of the time, instead of working, when she knows that you should be working, she's gonna go away. She's running away. It's like a little cat. She's like, I don't want to be around you. You're around me too much. Go work. But let's do the whole thing again. This is you, this is her. You're going towards something. You're going towards your goals. You're working towards your goals. You're losing weight. You're in the gym. You're eating a clean diet. She's gonna be more pulled towards you because you're working instead of spending so much time with her. It allows her time to miss you. That's what I'm trying to get in your head. It gives her time to miss you. It gives her time to daydream. It gives her time to think about you. Instead of you just being in her face, you're working towards something. She can see your progress and she will love you for your progress, and she will start to daydream about you, about your goals, about your aspirations. She envisions you achieving them. That is what working towards your goals does in your relationship. But what if she says, I don't want you to leave the call. I don't want you to stop texting. What you don't realize is that that's a test. She's testing you, whether she knows it or not. There's this book called The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. And one of the chapters was, I can't remember exactly the name, but I can tell you a brief synopsis. So, what that chapter was about is that a woman will always test a man to see if he's strong enough to deal with her tests. Her tests are those times where you two are on a call and she's, oh, please stay for 5 minutes. I know you need to go, but please stay for 5 minutes. Let's say you are on a date. Oh, you want some ice cream? Here, have some ice cream. I know you're on a diet, but here. She is testing whether or not you are going to work towards your goals or give in to the instant gratification, give in to the time with her. Now, on the outside, she might be happy if you take the ice cream or if you spend the extra 5 minutes on the call, which are never 5 minutes, by the way, they're like 5 hours. Deep down in her, she will start to resent you because she will start to see you as a weaker man because you're being weak, because you weren't disciplined enough to leave the call, to not eat the ice cream. Now that is the most important part. Realize the tests and work towards your goals 90% of the time and allocate 10% of your day, 10% of your time to time with her. Just remember this. Goals over girls. Alright. Do the homework now, so later. Like, subscribe so I can get to my 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I can help more young men just like you do the homework now, so later. And as always, Melee,